indie voices rise, stories are raw, and creativity takes the mic. I'm your host, Courtney Dawn, and on this show, we dive deep with filmmakers telling bold stories and the music artists carving their own soundscapes. But just a quick reminder, we do have the Texas Indie Film Awards screening on July 25th and 26th. Tickets must be purchased in advance. No tickets are available at the door. But before I bring on my first guest, we have Mr. Giles with the Urban Arts Center.
Hey, my name is Giles King. I am the producing executive director for the Urban Arts Collective. We are super excited to partner with Lyft for this weekend's film festival. I've seen the lineup. It's an amazing assortment of films this Friday and Saturday at Urban Arts, right at 919 Morrell Avenue, Dallas, Texas, 75203. Make sure you jump online. Make sure you get those tickets. Make sure that you are in the place this Friday and this Saturday for the film festival sponsored by Lyft. You will be in for a treat. We are excited to partner on this, and we look forward to seeing you there.
I agree with you, Giles. Everyone, please make sure you get your tickets for this Friday and this Saturday for a treat. Now, my first guest is Jeff Hamm. He has been in film development for over 10 years and has worked on notable projects with worldwide releases such as Grumpy Old Santa, Bull Shark, Texas Twister, and many more. Jeff has also produced content for television stations such as NBC, ABC, TBN, Daystar, and so much more. His feature film Porch Pirates has been nominated for an award for the Texas Indie Film Awards makers. Let's welcome Jeff Hamm, everybody.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, Jeff, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Surviving in this Texas heat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's actually a little bit more of a milder summer than we're used to here in Texas, but um, it's a little more rainy than I'm to my liking. You know what I mean?
I'll take the rain over the heat any day. So, you have an impressive range of films from Grumpy Old Santa to Copper Bill. What project challenged you the most creativity or logistically, and how did you overcome it?
So we actually we so I'll just say this: Porch Pirates we shot about a year and a half ago. So it feels like forever ago. But the most challenging movie that I had is a movie that we're coming out with at the beginning of next year. We just finished filming in April of this year. It's called Pickleball. And stars Kevin Farley, Willie Molina, Major Dodge, a lot of really amazing people on this movie, and a huge team. The challenge for that one was um, we came together to reshoot the pickleball championship tournament, and we had a budget for 5 days, and I had to cover 55 pages because it was the entire third act. And so just imagine, like, logistically trying to play pickleball 55 pages, right? um if you play sports at any level, there's no guarantee where that ball's going to go. So it's like, gets really frustrating when you're like, I just need you to hit it over the net. You know what I mean? Like, just get it in bounds. And so we had a lot of fun making that movie. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be pretty hilarious when we're finished with
I've seen people play pickleball and I have no interest in it. It's like
it.
tennis and ping pong combined, and neither one of those are for me. So,
Yeah, it's a fun sport, and to be honest with you, I only got to play for like 10 minutes the entire time that I was on set. Everybody else was playing and having so much fun, and I was busy working. You know, that's how it goes.
well, did you get the ball in bounds while you got a chance to play?
I did, yes. Now my actors, no, I'm just kidding. They did. We we hammered it out. 55 pages, 5 days. It was a grind for sure, and we had to be incredibly organized, all the way down to every tiny little shot. So my shot list was like 380, shots long, and my first AD was looking at me like, "You're absolutely crazy," and I said, "Watch, we're going to get every single one of these," and we did. But that's a testament to having an amazing team around you.
It is. You have to have a great team for this. So you brought up your film Porch Pirates, which has been nominated for the Texas Indie Film Awards. Let's take a look at the trailer.
All right.
Apparently, packages are being stolen off of people's porches by Santa Claus wearing a pirate's mask.
I need y'all to head over to the mayor's house. It looks like he was the latest victim of some porch pirates.
Can you give us a list of the items stolen?
There was a box of glass Christmas pickles.
Christmas pickles?
Christmas pickles. Weird.
Oh, and a rare Beanie Baby for our collection. We paid north of 20 grand for it.
Did you say $20,000 for a stuffed toy?
Yeah, but what I don't understand is how did this thief know that we weren't home?
Looks like we got bad Santa on our hands.
You're likely dealing with a professional, man. Does this kid look familiar to you?
You know, his parents named him after some country singer, Kenny
Rogers?
Oh, yeah, that's it.
With a name like that, you think he'd know when to walk away.
Wow.
She's a real keeper.
Cotton doesn't take a holiday, sis.
Let's keep this on the down low.
Yeah, we don't need the office knowing we just got outsmarted by a toy.
Technically, you're 0-2.
Stupid drone.
Awesome trailer. Awesome trailer. Let's talk about Porch Pirates, Jeff. We were backstage earlier and I saw you had a little friend with you. Do you want to show everybody who your friend is?
Yeah, this is the Beanie Baby that sets the whole track in motion, right? At first, the Porch Pirates are just a town nuisance, and then they steal this from the mayor's porch. So, yeah, definitely had to bring this along with me.
So what inspired the story and what can audience expect from it?
Yeah, so obviously, I mean, Porch Pirates is, first of all, it's a funny name, right? Porch pirating is kind of silly in and of itself, but the idea that, you know, around Christmas time, that's a huge thing, and it's a growing thing. If with more people ordering their packages from Amazon, you know, and honestly, like, so. My executive producer, Jay, he was one of the writers on the movie. He actually also plays one of the detectives in the movie. He and I got together and we were wanting to do a funny Christmas movie, and we came up with the idea of Porch Pirates. And you know, Jay had an experience with that, and then I had my own experience, which is pretty wild. I ordered a camera. I ordered a red Komodo, and like a few months prior, and on the delivery like notification that I got, it said signature required, but I wasn't there to take the signature. So I was just expecting them to reschedule it and give it to me another day. And I showed up and I had a $15,000 camera package sitting on my front door. And I'm like, ugh, this is literally just sitting out in the open. And I was like, this stuff happens all the time. You know, and somebody could have just easily walked up to my front door and walked off with my camera. And I wouldn't have even known. I would have thought they never delivered it. So, yeah, we just kind of, we started spinning out from those ideas, from experiences he had, from experiences I had. And between Jay, our one of our other writers, Justin Chaffee, he's up in Maine, and myself, we just, you know, hammered out a script and just decided to have a lot of fun with it, you know.
I think $15,000 in a camera would inspire me to write a story.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So you've been in the industry for over 10 years. How has your role in film development evolved?
So I started out, you know, like most people, I was working in a church and doing promotional videos, just announcement videos, really getting to know the camera very well. And from there, I got the opportunity to direct my first short film for the 168 Film Project. And many people know back, you know, that it's still going on to this day. It used to be in LA, now it's in Atlanta, but you get 168 hours to make a short film, a 10-minute short film based on a scripture. and first ever project. I mean, I'd never even been on a film set before. I got the opportunity to, with one of the actresses that went to the church. She put the whole team together, and somehow they wanted me to direct this thing. It was pretty crazy, but we ended up doing this little short film. You can find it on my YouTube channel, called The River, and we ended up winning the whole thing. This big competition out in LA. It was a worldwide competition, and I just kind of caught the bug from there. Learning camera, learning how to edit, learning all these things. And in film, in feature films, I started out as an editor, which is a piece of advice that I would literally give to anybody who wants to be a director, producer, or whatever. Learn how to edit, and I'll tell you this: there are more people willing to allow you to edit their film than any other position. I don't know why, because like if you're making a movie, there's three pillars to the movie, right? There's writing, there's the production, and then there's post-production. And the editor is a major part in it, but not a lot of people want to take the time to edit just because it takes probably 3 times longer than any of the other processes. It's the final piece to the puzzle. But I decided to hop in on the editing side and got an opportunity with another local production here to do, to work on some low budget projects and things like that. And then kind of informed them that I also know how to DP. And then I got my opportunity to DP my first feature film called Bull Shark, which, it's a low budget film, and we had fun with it. But just being able to cut my teeth on the low budgets, I think it was basically like going to school. You know what I mean? The pressure wasn't super high because the budget wasn't super high, but you could make the mistakes and be able to work around those mistakes. And it was a major educational experience. And so when I got the chance to DP Grumpy Old Santa, which was a much higher budget, starring Glenn Morshower, Kevin Farley, all that stuff. Jay, our executive producer, it was his first time directing, and my heart has always been pushing towards directing movies. And when we got on set, he recognized the leadership that I had with the crew and all these things, and told me afterwards. He said, "The next project we got to do, you should direct it." And so we did. That's when we started working on Porch Pirates, which is my feature film directorial debut.
That's awesome. Awesome. So you've worn many hats in film: director, producer, developer. Which role comes most naturally to you and why?
I love directing. I mean, I grew up watching, Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino, like all these guys that they know how to tell a story. And I'm a storyteller at heart. So, I mean, obviously everybody wants to be a director, but that's where, I always felt like my calling was. I don't know. I can pick a script apart and really find the heart in the middle of the words. You know what I mean? I can tell where the story's going. I just love that aspect of it. It's the director has to basically be able to bridge all the gaps between the writing, the production, and the post production. They sit with the project from start to finish, and being able to see it come to life on the back end is so special.
So what keeps you inspired after over a decade in this industry?
Yeah, I mean, stories keep me inspired. Life. I mean, um, I have probably way too many hobbies, to be honest with you. I'm an outdoorsman. I hunt, I fish. I love to be out in the woods. And then I play sports. I play baseball, different things like that. But just being around people, living experiences. I'm a dad now. I've got 3 kids. I've got a wife. Just every little thing in life, can be inspirational and can really drive, you to tell stories that nobody's told before.
So what's your next film? What can we expect from you, Jeff?
Yeah, so pickleball is the next one. Pickleball, We're in post-production with it. So, probably about 60% done with score. We're probably about 50% done with post audio. I'm working on like 300 VFX shots for this movie. That's quite a bit. But Pickleball is going to be our next big release. Super excited to get this one out. Kevin Farley is like I said earlier, Kevin Farley is the lead, and this is probably the best like performance of his career, to be honest with you. He's so good in this movie. You can't take your eyes off of him. Kevin Farley, if you guys don't know, it's Chris Farley's younger brother. Super hilarious guy. And so we're excited to get that one out. I'm currently, writing another movie, writing a few movies, actually. Obviously, you can't slow down. I just turned 40, so it's like you start counting the days. It's like I got a lot of stories to tell in a short amount of time. You know what I mean? So even though I got 10 years in the business, I feel like time is always running out. I just always feel that pressure on your back. So yeah, I'm writing a few more stories. I got a documentary that's going to come out probably either later this year or early next year called The F Word. It's about felons in America, and the subtitle is the unofficial life sentence for America's second-class citizens. I've been in prison ministry since I was in high school. Honestly, started working at a youth village over here near my house in Hutchins, leading worship, doing things like that. And I just really developed a heart for people who got tagged with this felon brand at such an early age, and it's something that never leaves them for the rest of their life, and there's really nothing that they can do to get it expunged. You lose 50,000 freedoms when you get tagged as a felon. And there's people who made a mistake when they were 18 years old, and they're now 50, 60 and still living with the same consequences that they made at 18 years old. And we live multiple lives in one lifetime. You know what I mean? Like as a 40-year-old man, I am not the same person that I was when I was 18. And so it's detrimental to make people still, still punish people for something that they did, especially if they're nonviolent crimes. Our system needs work. That's what the documentary is about. But yeah, so we've got Pickleball and the F Word documentary. Those are the two big ones that are coming out.
So to touch on the F Word documentary, are you doing like interviews with the prisoners, or?
I'm doing interviews. So it focuses on people who have been living their life with the brand felon, and have been, trying to, like, basically people who are out post incarceration. Not necessarily, we're not focused on the prison systems or anything like that. We can do a whole documentary on that, but I'm mostly focusing on people who are trying to live their lives outside of the system and showcasing the funnel that just keeps dragging them back in. I mean, you guys probably know the recidivism rate in America is so high. And what's really sad about this is we're supposed to be the land of the free, but somehow we incarcerate more people than any other country in the world. And when you do the math on it, or when you look around, it's like, I thought Russia was, no, we're worse than Russia. China, nope, we're worse than China. America's got a serious problem. And a lot of it, stems back to the prison industrial complex. But the documentary is really focused around those who are still trying to live with that, and for lack of a better term, that scarlet letter, their entire lives.
That sounds awesome, Jeff, and I honestly can't wait for it to come out. So we got to wrap up here, but before we leave, tell me, where can the people find you? Social media, website? I know I need to find you so I can watch this F Word documentary when it comes out, but let us know, how can we find you?
Yeah, so on Instagram, it's just at Jeff Scott Hamm. Scott is SCOT, or SCOTT, sorry, that's my middle name. And then Facebook, Jeff Hamm. YouTube, you can look at Red Plaid Films USA. So that's going to be my YouTube page, and that you can find some of my short films and things like that on there if you're interested in kind of getting the feel for how my movies are and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm a little bit everywhere. So just look up Jeff Hamm. You should be able to find me.
Well, it has been a pleasure speaking with you, Jeff. Good luck on Porch Pirates again being nominated, and hopefully we will see you in the future.
Yeah, well, we see me on Friday, right?
Yes, we will see you Friday.
Awesome. Sounds great. See you guys.
Thank you. Jeff Hamm, everybody. Before we go to our next guest, I wanted to take a moment. I think we're back, and we're back. I wanted to take a moment of silence for Malcolm Jamal Warner. As we all know, he lost his life today. Icon in the community, known for Theo in The Cosby Show. He played in The Resident, such a great actor. Rest in peace to him, and prayers are definitely going up to him and his family during this difficult time. So we do have a raffle going on today for the Texas Indie Film Awards screening that does happen this Friday and Saturday. We will be raffling off one ticket to one lucky winner who is in the chat. So please stay on to the end to see if you have won that lucky ticket. Big shout out to Miss Evelyn Jones Reed and WG Ministries Theatrical Productions for donating that ticket to us. We do still have some vendor slots open for the Texas Indie Film screening this Friday and Saturday. Please, all vendors, calling all vendors. This is a 2-day event at the Urban Arts Center in Dallas, Texas. Reserve your spots now. And another thing, our MC who is going to be hosting. Our MC who is going to be hosting the Texas Indie Filmmakers Awards in 2025 is no longer than Miss Nina, the MC. This event will be happening September the 6th, 2015. Red carpet starts at 4 p.m. with the show starting at 6 p.m. Tickets should be going on sale soon, so I need everybody to be ready. Come red carpet ready. And from what I'm hearing, I think it's boots on the ground. So everybody get your boots and your cowboy hats. And hopefully this is the last time we be wearing some boots and cowboy hats this year. Yes, we will be having a drawing tonight for the free ticket. Can my producers pull up my groups? Can my producers pull up my live chat so I can give some shout out to some people that's in the chat tonight? I see Miss Lucretia in there. The GOAT. I see Miss Jeanette, Coach J. Forever grateful for you. Miss CCB, yes, ma'am. Rest well, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Oh, I think I have some relatives in there. I see my aunt in here. Hey. Hey, Miss Lucretia. So here shortly, I will be bringing on my next guest. He has also been nominated for a Texas Indie Award in the music department. His video iScream is on YouTube. And when I watched it, it made me want to go get some ice cream. Who else we got in the chat? Come on, producers, let's get to it. I see my aunt saying, okay, niece, with the profile picture of her dog. We got to do better. We got to do better. Again, I need everybody to stay on to the end for that free ticket drawing tonight. Again, sponsored by Miss Evelyn Jones Reed and WG Ministries in Theatrical Productions. We have Braylon coming into the studio, everyone. He will be with us shortly. Here we have our second guest, Mr. BJ Blastt. How are you, BJ?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
That's
You
good.
enjoying this Texas heat?
Yeah, I'm outside riding these horses.
Riding horses. I've always wanted to go horseback riding. How is it?
It's lit. You gotta come. It's lit.
So how many horses do you have?
It's a couple out here. See ya.
Oh, I see them.
They on the back of the truck right now.
Okay. Well, you have been nominated for your music video, iScream. And I have one question for you. How would you describe your sound in 3 words?
Different, groovy, timeless. Yeah, them my words.
Different, groovy, and timeless. Give me some details behind those 3 words that you selected.
I just feel like I don't sound like nobody else. And I don't know, I try to make music that you can get groovy too. It's just listen wherever, whether it's at home drinking wine, whether it's at the club or just playing Uno with your friends, wherever.
Uno. Uno. Does it get serious when you play Uno with your friends? Because Uno is real serious.
It has to. That's the only way.
Have
It's
you
the
played
only way.
all the Unos or you stick to the traditional Uno?
I mean, I play where you can add a few rules yourself, or I don't know. I stack the twos though. I stack the draw twos on draw
So
twos.
you create your own Uno rules then. You don't go by
Nah,
the Uno rules on the back of the
that's
book.
that's the rules for real.
So have you seen the new Uno where you can stack 100?
Nah, I won't be playing that one. I'm a sore loser.
So Fort Worth has a growing music scene. How has the city shaped your artistry?
I guess just more so like where I'm from. It's just for work, just understand how could ways sound different ways from the rest of the world. So maybe that, but I know I can say I sound so different. I don't feel like I don't sound like nobody from my city.
Got you.
Shout
So
out to Fort Worth, though. I love Fort Worth.
yeah, out to Fort Worth. So what is one misconception people have about being an independent artist?
Um, that you. Oh, that's a good question. uh, oh, that's tough. I don't know. I would just say, as long as you networking, everything will play out how it's supposed to. It's all about network.
So how long have you been in the independent music industry?
Maybe like 3 years now. I I started making music maybe COVID, during COVID, something of that nature, but I never just basically just grew up wanting to be a rapper. I played football in college, so I was on that.
So you were a football star.
Basically.
So
Basically.
with you saying that you don't sound like any other artist in the area, if you could collaborate with any artist, local or nationally, who's your top 5 and why?
Nationally, I want to work with Chris Brown, Drake, yeah, some old heads. I listen to a lot of everything. I work with somebody country. I want to work with Leon Bridges. Got to. Um,
You mentioned country. What country artist would you work with?
I get. What's the dude that made the little double shot of whiskey song?
Shabuzi?
I like Shabuzi. I kind of like that. You know, he black. You know, this is what we do. Ride horses for real. So why not?
And you mentioned Chris Brown. What type of song would you want to do with Chris Brown if you had the opportunity? Would you be able to dance like Chris Brown?
Shit, I'm gonna try. I'm sure gonna try. If that's what it takes, I'm gonna try. So, yeah, Chris Brown, he just raw. I grew up listening to Michael Jackson, so
If you could reinvent a Michael Jackson video and song, which one would you do and why?
a Michael Jackson song reinvent. Uh, mm, it's tough. So many good ones. PYT or Man in the Mirror. That's my granny favorite, and my nana favorite song. So I'll redo her song.
And what type of spin would you put on it so it's got the BJ Blast?
I just make sure it's groovy.
Would you change up the beat?
Yeah, guys too. You gotta add your own little one on the beat. So
So I do
what about you? What
understand.
about you? What's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Oh, my favorite Michael Jackson song would be Remember the Time for the choreography.
Yeah, I played that on the Wii for sure.
I did too. I was killed it on the Wii, but I definitely played it on the Wii. And
Yeah.
then Keep It in the Closet. That's my second favorite. Or In the Closet.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
like Janet, so
You like his sister? That makes sense.
yeah.
They all talented. I do her. I want to work with her too.
So I understand that you have some guests backstage with us. Can we bring your guest out?
Yeah, go ahead, sure. Bring them on.
Oh, I seen Jeanette said Jelly Roll. Okay, I see your guests are not here.
My guess I
So
hear.
not yet. So with your music video Ice Cream, how did you bring those visuals to life?
And I one of the big extra plug producers sent me the beat, and I was listening. I just was listening to a beat pack, and it was in there, and I was listening to it with another artist named Siani Mills. We was just listening to a beat pack, and the beat came on. I said, "Oh, okay." I instantly went to my studio and recorded it same night, same day, and sent it to him. And he was like, "Yeah, that's hard." And the way the video came to life was I got with German Girl Productions and went through Ted Ramasola, and he's so good at what he do. I just told him what I was looking for, and he made it happen. And Arian's a boss lady. She just do it. She just work. Black excellence, just work. She know what she wants. She know what she looking for, and she gonna keep you on schedule.
So how do you balance your creativity with budget in the indie music film?
Uh, it's still a work in progress. Still a work in progress. It's the best way I can say it.
So we have Ice Cream. What's your next video that's coming out? What are you working on next?
I got some music cooked up. I couldn't tell you what I'm going call it yet, but I definitely got a lot of music tucked away. I'm working on the tape. So if you think of a cool name to name my tape, you let me know.
So, what is one piece of advice that you would give other artists about the business side of music?
Um, don't be afraid to get your own contracts made for what you want to do. Like whether it's working with for a beat or a song, whatever it is, whatever the case may be, don't just word of mouth ain't always good, you know. But I would hope everybody that I run into, word is gold, because my word is gold. That's just how I was raised. So
So,
yeah,
what's
just
your
cross the T's, dot your I's. That's it. That's all.
Gotcha. So, what's your strategy in helping build your brand and your fan base in this market?
Um, mm, running into, I'm gonna start with hoping that I win a Texas indie film, so I could stamp that to my category of awards, and just running with that. Going, that's a start. Hey, I'm this. This is what I got going. Check me out. I do that a lot already though, as far as my marketing. I'm a word of mouth type of person. I handle social media pretty well too, but I'm putting the footwork in.
So, when you found out that you were nominated for this award, how did you feel?
I was lit. I was lit. Like that's an honor. Like any award is an honor. You got to take that with. Can't take nothing like that with a grain of salt. To be honored or up for an award for your craft, especially me doing it on my own. I don't know what happened to myself. Oh, there I go. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's an honor. I was excited.
So, what is the difference between Braylon and BJ Blastt, the artist?
They two different people. They the same person, but they two different people. Like either one of them can go in any room and thrive and be okay. But I don't know, that blast is just it's just like I turn into a whole different creative when I get in that type of zone. Uh Everybody he's just stand up individual, but he creative too.
So, with you being a music artist, I'm sure you listen to a lot of artists. Who inspires you?
Uh Michael Jackson, Chris Brown. I don't know. Kevin Gates was my favorite rapper too, growing up. So, but I won't say they inspired me. I don't know, just all walks of music, from gospel to whatever. Just having that little soul in you, just make you do something when you hear certain type of beat.
So I hear you keep saying Michael Jackson, and
That's my.
he more like R&B and pop. So is are you into R&B and pop like that?
I make a lot of different genres of music.
Do
I
you
am
play
pretty
any
versatile.
instruments?
I play the snare drum. I can play the full set too. I actually was on scholarship in college in the band too for playing the snare drum. I played football and was in the band.
Gotcha.
hmm
Okay. Do you? I have a question from the fans. Do you make your own beats?
I wish I did. If I did, we would all be rich.
Have you ever thought about trying to make your own beats?
Of course, like ultimately that's the goal. I'm the type to want to, I won't say master something first, but at least, because I record myself and engineer myself too, as far as like my vocals and mixing the way I sound. So I do all of that myself. So once I feel like I got that mastered, then I go jump in another lane. But
So the engineering side of it, let's scratch that. So how much time do you actually spend in the studio? Because I see artists sleep day and night in the studio when they're making an album or a song, would you say you spend quite a bit of time in the studio?
100%. Everything that you make don't always be that next hit. So you gotta keep working until you find what you're looking for. But at least that's how I operate. I don't put out everything that I make because everything might not be of that standard that I hold myself to.
So, with your music and you holding yourself to that standard, are there a certain selective group of people that are going to be like, yeah, this a hit, or now we need to go back to the drawing board? Like, do you have your own Motown records? I think we lost him. Producers, did we lose him? Oh, there he goes.
I'm gonna go right over there.
You out there messing with those horses, BJ.
Yeah, I'm messing with these voices.
Well, can you tell us where can your fans follow you at? Look at those horses.
They can follow me at on Instagram at BJ Blastt with 2 T's. Uh, everywhere. My music is on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, wherever, all platforms. So
Okay. So, in your spare time, do you name your horses?
yeah, they all got to. They yeah, they kids, they family.
So, do you have any new singles that you're working on?
Of course, I got a few songs. I'm just not sure what I'm gonna put out first or what isn't going to be on the tape. That's a strategy in itself.
Gotcha. Well, BJ, it was a blast speaking to you today. Good luck being nominated in the music for the Texas Indie Filmmaker Awards, and hopefully we see you this weekend or in September.
Got you. Thank you. Can't wait to meet y'all.
Thank you. You enjoy riding those horses.
All right now.
All right. All right, everybody. That was BJ Blastt, who was nominated in our music category for his music video, iScream. Next, we have our founder and CEO of Lyft TV, Jeanette Greenwood. I could go on and on and on about Jeanette, but she is a magnificent woman. She has been very inspirational to me, and she is coming on for a few announcements. Hello, Miss Jeanette.
Hi, can y'all hear me out there?
Yes, we can hear you out there.
Awesome. Well, y'all know I'm here in the headquarters right now, so I'm super excited, y'all. Let me just tell you, great job, Courtney. I'm very proud of you. You look so beautiful on camera, girl. Look at
Thank you.
Don't she look beautiful, y'all? But I'm excited, y'all. This is our first screening, and of course, we're very nervous, y'all. We are very nervous about it, but we're really excited about the opportunity to do this for the industry. For all that know, ladies in film and television, this is what we do. We like to lift everybody up. We want to encourage the industry, and we appreciate those of you that are purchasing the tickets. If you have not purchased your tickets, we need you to do that today, tomorrow. Get those tickets. We actually got people coming all the way from Courtney, from Tennessee. I'm like, who is this coming in from Tennessee?
From Tennessee?
Yes, we have people that are traveling into this screening from Tennessee. We have some amazing movies, y'all, that are going to be shown. Some that have never had a premiere at all. They've never had a screening. So that alone does it's an honor for us, ladies in film, to be able to offer our platform. And we want to shout out to Urban Arts Center as well for offering their platform as well for these artists to come out and just enjoy themselves. We're going to have the red carpet, and my husband is making his debut, y'all, with his business, JG Catering and Company. So y'all better come on out here and eat and support this cause. We're getting ready for September, and we're just excited. And I thank you, Courtney, for allowing me to come on and say a few words on your show.
Oh, you don't get to leave this soon. See, you were the pop-up guest, but you didn't know I had a couple questions for you, honey.
Okay.
No. See, you have to always stay ready when it comes to Courtney. So,
okay,
with
just
you
a couple
being
of
the
questions.
founder and CEO of Lyft, what made you want to create Lyft, Ladies in Film and Television? What inspired that?
Well, being the underdog is what inspired me. I get these questions all the time, and it was so hard for me to really answer that. But after sitting around and evaluating things, there was a situation that I really don't like talking about it, but where I was made to feel that I was the underdog and that I didn't belong here. And when I say belong here, I'm talking about in this industry. And it wasn't a good feeling. It wasn't a good feeling at all. And for those that don't know, I started out in 2009 as Headline Mentors in Performing Arts. In 2020, we rebranded the organization to Ladies in Film and Television. And so from that, I want to make sure that everybody know that there's a place for all of us. And there's a safe space. And that is the purpose of Lyft, is that we want to provide that safe space for the entertainers, not just actors, for the writers, for the directors, for the producers. Shout out to Twyla, who's backstage producing this show right now. So we want to provide that safe space where we can actually get out here and be creative in our own ways and not be afraid or intimidated because we're not in Hollywood. Let me tell you something. I don't care about Hollywood. I make Hollywood, baby. I bring my own tables. Okay? Yes.
Clock it. So you too, ma'am, have a lot of things under your belt. You're a coach, my coach. You are a writer, a director. You've even done stage plays. So the famous question is when is Miss Jeanette Greenwood going to roll out one of those stage plays? Because this is a book of poems that you wrote that would be an amazing stage play.
And you know what? It is so funny that you said that. I did write a book. Go get my book, y'all. Google me on Amazon, Jeanette Greenwood. I got a book of poetry. And that is something that I have been considering, is using that poetry. Is basically real life, true stories. I started writing that in my 20s during my first marriage, going through some things. And a lot of that poetry came from hurt and pain. And so I have thought about actually using that book of poetry and creating a show. I love spoken word. I used to do it when I was younger and go and recite and things like that. That's a great idea, Courtney. I'll have to consider that. Would you be auditioning?
Of course.
I know which one is your favorite poem.
Oh, you know which one is my favorite. I can't say it because we might get canceled on here, but you know which one is my favorite. It's Too Short's favorite word. That's my favorite
it's
one.
the B word, y'all. But it's a reason why I called it the B word, because y'all get the book. It's a reason. But thank you. I'm definitely considering that. That's something that I can really put together really fast. And I know a lot of ladies out there that would probably love to come and audition for that.
Well, I want to thank you for being my pop-up special guest. You didn't know this was happening. Let everybody know, where can they follow you at, Miss J?
Y'all can follow me everywhere because I am a social media queen. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X. And you can follow me at I am Jeanette Greenwood on most of the social media. TikTok, I'm filmmaker Jeanette Greenwood. But if you type in Jeanette Greenwood, you're going to find me, whether on Facebook or wherever. So I don't be trying to hide. I'm all public, okay?
All right, there you have it. The founder and CEO of Ladies in Film and Television, Miss Jeanette Greenwood.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm proud of you. Good job. Thank you. Let me warn you before I go. That next guest you got coming, be ready.
He ready.
Yeah.
All right, and we ready for him. We ready for him.
All right. Keep it going.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi, Katie. Hi, Lucretia. I see y'all waving at me. Hi. They like my hair color.
We loving the pink and purple. Loving it.
Thank you so much, sweetie. Y'all have a good one, everybody. See y'all Friday. Get your tickets.
Well, we are up to my final guest. And there's a lot I could say, but I'm going to keep it short. Benét Embry. He is an award-winning director, writer, actor, and radio personality. He's the host of the Benét Embry Show, performing in stage plays, short films, and feature films. His feature film, 10 Toes Down, has been nominated for an award. Everybody, let's welcome Mr. Benét Embry. Mr. Embry, hey, how are you?
Excuse me, just once I have to do something in order to get my mode up because I just got to do it right. I have.
Let's do it.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the BENET CEO of Clearwater Productions. That's me, Benét Embry, award-winning actor, writer, and director, the first inaugural winner of the Texas Indie Awards, and also, forgive the sweat, I just got off the football field, assistant coach of the McKinney Youth Football Team. Shout out to my head coach, Ron. Shout out to my fellow assistant coaches, Coach Lou, Coach Nick, Coach Reddy. Shout out to my brothers on the square at Lebanon Lodge, 837. And a special shout out to Ladies in Film. That's Lucretia, a.k.a. LJ, a.k.a. the Viola Davis of Dallas Johnson. Hallelujah. Then I want to say a special shout out to Jeanette Greenwood. Hallelujah. And then a special shout out to Katie Carr. Hallelujah. And a special shout out to you, Miss Courtney Dawn. Hey! And a special shout out to the cast and crew of 10 Toes Down. Santasha Nicole, Sarah Rochelle, Ashley L'Oreal Davis, Raquel Bell Brewer, Missy Lee, Lucretia Johnson, Hudrell Jones, my business partner, Jamal Randall, Rachel Garrett Washington, Ted Ramonsola. Now, I'm ready for your questions, ma'am.
How long you been practicing that?
I just do it off the cuff, man. I just do it.
Because you had the win for it. You had the win for it. You had the win for it.
Oh,
now,
yeah, get your popcorn ready.
We finna be hot and you came in red heat.
We finna be entertaining and educational.
Entertain tonight.
Yes, we finna do. That's what's finna happen tonight.
You did your whole introduction, but just in case people didn't catch it, you've worn many creative hats: director, writer, actor, radio host. Which role feels most like home to you and why? Not you smoking the cigarette. I can't.
Hey, you get me, you get all of me. I don't know because they're all, to answer your questions, I really don't know. I feel at home with all of them because all of them are a part of me. You feel what I'm saying? So, being a writer and, an actor and directing and doing spoken word poetry, because like Miss Jeanette Greenwood, I have a book out there. It's old, but it's called, and I have a poem about a B word. It's called Definition of a B Word. But if you go on Amazon and put in Benét Embry, you'll see the book pop up. It's been out for like a while. But those are all different facets and phases of me. So, all of them mixed together, they start to bubbling and they start to coming up. And then you immersed with Benét Embry.
I knew this was going to be, when I saw I had you, I was like, oh, this is going to be classy. This is gonna be classy. But I have a question. You did all of that in the introduction. Why you didn't light a cigar? Why you had to light a cigarette?
Well, Newport, they're bad for me, but they're good to me. So, I don't have no cigars readily available. I ain't that sophisticated yet. I'm not that uppity. So I just stick with my Newports for right now. But I'm trying to quit. This is like my second cigarette for my third, my fourth.
Yeah, one too many for the day.
Yeah, one too many for the day.
Yes, one too many for the day. I'm gonna have to get your pack and put one in my nose and put it back in there and rotate your pack around and see if that'll help.
Well, hey man, don't threaten me with a good time. Let's make it do what it do. Yeah.
So your film 10 Toes Down has been nominated for a Texas Indie Film Award.
Yes.
Let's take a look at
not one.
Not one.
So we have Best Director, that's me.
Yes, you are nominated for a lot.
Best Screenwriter, that's me. Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Best Actress, that's Rachel. Best Supporting Actor, that is Jamal. Best Feature Film, that's us. Best Cinematography, that's Ted Ramonsola. And Best Producer, that is Hudrea Jones. And yes, Best Supporting Actress, because that is LJD, Viola Davis of Dallas. Yes, so that's 1, 2, 3. I don't lost count, but hey.
A mess. Can we get into your trailer, please? Sorry for 10 Toes Down. Can we just get to the trailer?
If we can do that, come on, let's roll.
Yeah, let's get.
There's another body that's been found. I'm texting you the address now. I need you to get here as soon as possible.
I don't need your excuses. I got dead senator's daughter. So what do we know?
All black women, all late teens to early 20s.
Saddens me to tell you another body was found. Now we have assigned our top detectives.
The coroner's report. There's nothing in there that you don't already know.
This person or persons is pure evil. Lunacy has no logic.
Girl, I was born and raised here, so how you gonna tell me what I need to do? This case is personal to me.
What is your problem? With all your arrests and accomplishments, you should have my job. If not, Captain, check your ego.
Thanks, Lieutenant. What have you heard about the strings of murders?
You know information like that, it costs. Meet Tamika Gross, 28.
The killer is trying to say something.
What you're looking at is the mark of Cain. Let me look at something. You're right about this person trying to leave a message.
I need access to that mainframe.
That is against policy and procedure.
As you suspected, all of the reproductive organs have been removed. Have you ever seen or heard of anything like this before? I can't say that I have. He threw me down this stairs. Look at my face. Who did this to you? Charles Green.
Okay, go do what you need to do.
We found more bodies.
Location.
I texted to you.
But this one is different.
Please, you don't have to kill me.
Oh my God. It's not a lot of blood. You're perfecting this process. The residue around her mouth was definitely chloroform.
I can't believe I missed it.
You up for this?
Hell yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Get down! Freeze! Put your hands up!
And that's 10 Toes Down. What inspired this film? We just gonna dive right into it. What inspired this film?
There's a lot of isms in the world. Being a creative, I feel it's my responsibility to not only entertain, make a buck, because everybody want to make some money and entertain, but also educate. 10 Toes Down is basically because you got the colorism, because you have a fair-skinned black woman and a dark-skinned black woman. And of course, there's always been some type of, the perception is there's been some type of rift between dark skin and light skin. Then you have a seasoned woman and a younger woman, and the perception is there's a perception out there that those two types from different generations can't get along. So what the theme is to put these women in an extenuating circumstance to where they work together, because the true strength of any nation, especially our nation, tribe of Judah, Black nation, is women. Always have, always will be. So I wanted to capitalize and show the strength of women. That was deep, I know.
It was
Yeah.
it was really
Wasn't
deep because
wasn't
I see
expecting
you
that.
have a cast full of women. So
Hmm.
when you were casting for this movie and each character, what were you looking for?
I wanted to put every position of authority, with the exception of the mayor. I wanted to be a woman um, in that position. So you have the FBI detective, you have the police captain, Lucretia, you have the FBI agent, you have the medical examiner. Shout out to my cousin Missy Lee. You have all of these women, and I wanted to showcase women's strength, women power, and people. I hope they don't miss the message. And even the villain is a woman, and this was Sarah Rochelle's first film straight out the gate, and she absolutely murdered it. And shout out to Sarah Rochelle and Raquel Bell and Ashley L'Oreal, because they won international awards for best actresses and best supporting actresses in Milan. So this film has been recognized. It has 12 awards now, hopefully more with the Texas Indie Awards, both internationally and domestically. And this film has won more awards than any independent film in the past 2 years, period.
Got you. So, Tyler, Texas, your
Mhm.
upbringing.
Shout out
How
to
did that
903, The Rose.
how did that influence your creative work and perspective in the film industry?
Being from Tyler?
Yes.
Shit, it didn't. Listen, when I was growing up, it was growing up in Tyler. I didn't find my creative flow until I got out of Tyler. Nothing against my hometown. I love my hometown to death. But when I went to the military and started going to, Germany and Spain and Italy and stuff, and got out and got experience to new things. Now, my work ethic and my grind, all of that's 903. All of that's coming through. I'm actively working on 17 scripts at any particular time. We just finished. Soon as we finished with 10 Tones Down, we were in post-production for our upcoming film, Ruthless Atonement. Then, I'm working on 10 Toes Down too. I'm working on a horror film. I'm working on a film now called Baby Daddy Blues. So all of my films, well, I can't say mine, shout out to my man, Hudrell Jones. And not only that, shout out to the cast and crew that actually, when I cast you, it becomes our film. I want to do something that speaks. I did an interview the other day, and they was like, "How does it feel to be a Tubi film director?" Now, I make films that happen to be on Tubi, but we are, we over there. Older man, younger woman is still doing numbers overseas in Africa. It's to the point to where the two leads have their own fan page on Facebook for those characters. That's the same thing I want for 10 Toes Down, Ruthless Atonement, and whatever else I do, because I want to affect positive communication and change. Even with 10 Toes Down, with the whole, there's a super religified white woman who thinks that God has called her to cure the world of the people who carry the mark of Cain and the curse of Hamm, which is exactly what was used to justify slavery. That's where the 3/5 of human came from. That's where the property came from, because they thought we were cursed. And if you do your research, shout out to my brother Masons, if you do the research, it's actually not the people with melon who carry the curse. I'm just going to leave that right there and let you ponder on that for a second.
So you just gonna drop a breadcrumb and not the whole slice?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I mean, just think about it. The first people that ever walked the face of this planet kind of probably look more like me and you. So if it looked like me and you with the 12 tribes, and when those tribes went elsewhere and they lost their melon and their kinky hairedness, what happened when Cain got kicked out? When Adam got kicked out of the Garden of Eden, he went where? North. Ooh, what's up north? Vikings, Anglo-Saxons. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just trying to not trying to, I'm just saying. But
yeah, you just preaching. You're preaching. That's what you're doing.
No, I'm just putting it out there because it's important because listen, back in the day, there was always a storyteller in the tribe, right? That knew the history of each individual family, that knew each individual everything. Now, we as creatives, we are the new storytellers. So while we got this this platform, let's do something with it. Like I said, to educate and entertain. Everything ain't about bam, bam, bam. Yeah, what the drug said. Yeah. Come on, get money. No, it ain't about all of that. Let's, they taking it everything out of us out of history, especially with the current administration. So we have to find a way to keep us in the conversation, keep us alive, and with people who have struggled, fought, and died, we got to keep a way to keep them, keep the legacy going. You know what I'm saying? So that's where,
So you mentioned you got 17 films in the works. When do
17
you
scripts.
sleep? 17 scripts. When do you sleep?
I do. It's not like what normally happens. Like, I'm motivated tonight, so I'll be up writing tonight. And it'll be like, oh, this will be good for this particular script, so I'll write it. And and I'll write it till I get tired, then I go to sleep. And then in the morning when I wake up, or I may be at lunchtime, I got my little recorder on my phone. I'll be like, oh, let me record this before I forget it, or whatever the situation is. But the grind is real. It's always working. Clearwater Productions, we always are trying to, I want this last film to be the worst film I do and continue to grow. That only comes with a grind. Eventually, what's going to happen, we keep doing numbers, we keep putting out dope products, and with everything, somebody's going to notice. It's going to be undeniable. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be whatever the situation is, but it's going to come. It's going to happen. It's already in the universe, especially when I'm working with people like Lucretia Johnson and Katie Carr, who are phenomenal actresses. You know what I'm saying? Santasha Nicole, phenomenal. Ashley, I've really, really, honestly, and truly been blessed to work with some of the best, not only actors and actresses, but also I've worked with Swoop Robinson, I've worked with Ted Ramasola. You know what I'm saying? So it's all, I'm very blessed that that's how I know that my journey is going to continue, and it's going to continue to be blessed.
So what was the first moment you knew you wanted to be in the entertainment industry?
When somebody told me I couldn't do it, to be honest.
That's usually what happens when somebody tell you can't do it. Let me show you I can do it.
Ms. Courtney, let me tell you something. When I said I wanted to do poetry, they laughed till I put out a book. Then I said, you know what? Somebody approached me and said, you know what, Benét, we like your tone. Would you like to be in the stage play? And I said, you know what? I think I'm going to be in the stage play. They laughed again. Then with the radio, somebody saw me from on one of the plays and said, hey, would you like to have your own show? Well, it was now they call them podcasts, but they said radio show back then. And I wasn't thinking nothing about that. And then they laughed at that. Then when I said, somebody asked me to do a bit part, and they said, oh, Benét's 6'4", he's this size. The only thing he could ever do is play a bartender with 2 or 3 lines or whatever the situation is. And so now, 12 awards later, now they have to come audition for me. So, that's the motivation. But not only that, I want to leave a legacy. People think I named my company Benét Embry Films because that's an adjunction to Clearwater Productions after myself. No, I have a son, Jeremiah Benét Embry, and Jalen Benét Embry. This is for them. This is their legacy that I'm trying to create. So when my great grandchildren want to know what their Papa Benét was like, they'll be able to pull up this interview, or they'll be able to go see my movies, or they go able to see that. And then, they'll see. It's a legacy thing.
So, out of all the many creative hats you have, which one by far is your favorite? Because I see the audience is saying writing. You're a great writer. You're a great director. And what is your favorite? And before you answer that, please let me tell the audience, please put your names in, because we do have a raffle coming up after I finish speaking with Mr. Embry. But back to you.
I didn't know I've always been a writer. I didn't know that I would love acting and directing as much as I do, but I would say a writer because I have more freedom. You know what I'm saying? And if you've seen any of my movies, I tend to cuss sometimes, and I tend to push it to the limit a lot. But that's the freedom of writing, to get what you have inside of you out. You know, so yeah, I will go with writing. I will go with writing.
So I know you are in front of the screen and behind the screen, and I seen an interview where Martin Lawrence said that he would never do both. Do you feel the same way? He said it's a lot of stress when you're acting and directing at the same
That's
time.
1,000% true. If I'm leading 10 toes down, I'm in one scene. That's by design. Older man, younger woman, I'm in 2 scenes. And Ruthless Atonement, I'm in a couple of scenes. But it is a lot to write and direct. And I'm going to write a film where I lead, but I won't direct. It is. I don't see how people do it, because you have to change your whole mind and focus, because if you're directing, you got to worry about this shot, who's lining up, where they're crossing. You got your headphones, so you listen to sound, you're looking at the thing. When you're acting, you can, and then to stop all of that on a dime and then go in front of the camera and do XYZ. Then yeah, that's I don't understand how people do it. And shout out to the people, and hey man, if y'all can do it, good for you. But I can't do it like that.
So you had the Benét Embry show. Would you ever bring it back?
My wife is not going to allow me to do that. She ain't. The Benét Embry show was my baby. That won at the Texas Indie Awards for best talk show and best radio personality. And that was my baby. It was a sense of therapy for me. Every Monday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., we had over 10 million people worldwide. We are still in syndication in India. And that we haven't been on the air in about 7 to 8 years. Shout out to James Kane, Nikki Jackson, my homeboy Mark, who did sports, Smiley, who was a co-host, Calethea Washington, and everything. One day when I settle down, I might bring it back, you know. But yeah, but I definitely miss it. I go watch some of the old shows, and we had some great guests. Matter of fact, let me tell you the story since Katie is on here. We interviewed a cat that was on Queen Sugar, and Katie just was up there just a grinning and a smiling. Every time, I mean, she was just, I've never seen Katie Carr so flitty. I mean, flitty. I mean, no, she was just a big smile.
Katie putting you on blast.
She was just a flitty. She was like, matter of fact, I got to send a clip to Miss Greenwood. I said, you know, and what was his name? Golly, he was a bright skinned cat that played on Queen Sugar. Golly, some Dermot, I can't remember. But I was like introducing him and stuff, you know, and bringing them on and everything like that. She was like, yes, doing all of this. I was like, what's wrong with you? I was just looking at this stuff. So, how did you get into acting? I said, oh, okay. Yeah, they see, there she is. Tim and Kyle Durrett. That's who he was. He was a bright-skinned dude that played on Queen. Yeah. Go, ladies and gentlemen, go look at the Benét Embry, go Google Benét Embry show, Katie Carr. It will pop up. Watch the entire interview. She don't smile. I know her cheeks probably still sore now. She was, yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't even get to ask no questions. I just sat back there and did like this.
You just let her handle it.
Just let her handle it, because she wasn't finna stop. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna send you that clip. Yeah. So yeah.
So with the 17 scripts pending and 10 toes down too, I was on the set for that. Great. What can we look forward to, and how can people audition for your work?
What's next is Ruthless Atonement. We just signed the distribution deal. That should drop in the fourth quarter. That's starring Eddie Scott. That is starring Hudrell Jones. That is starring Lenita Bryant. I'm in the film as well. You have Corey Epstein, you have Santasha Nicole, you have Jada J, and you have Jamal Randall, who are all co-stars. After that, I really want to do a horror film next, although I don't think it's going to happen just yet, because that takes a lot of money. but I got one of the best SFX artists in the game. Shout out to Cherry Haycraft Rodriguez. And shout out to the my stunt coordinator, Devon C. Scott. That takes a lot. So we'll probably do another drama for the next, which would probably be Baby Daddy Blues, and then come back to 10 Toes Down 2, because 10 Toes Down 1 it's not even 6 months old yet. So we're still pushing and promoting that. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, while I'm here, I'm going to be petty. There's 2 10 Toes Down. The one with the red writing, that's the real one. The other one is fake. If you look at it, it's only got 3 or 4 stars. We have 8 and 9 stars. So go to the 8 and 9 stars, the one with the red writing. That's the real one. The other one, don't waste your time. That'll be the worst 2 hours that you've wasted. Yes. So, and I said it. Benét Embry said it. The real one, red writing, 8, 9 stars, not 6, 4, 2 stars. So yeah.
I can't with you. So I have my last and final question.
Why you cut me off early? You was on the phone.
Cut you off early.
Yes, it was. So, you know what? I am the first inaugural winner. I deserve some time. Now y'all done put me at the last slot and everything.
That was not my doing. That was not my doing, sir.
And then just push me all the way to the back. I mean, I have seniority here, ma'am. I've been rocking with ladies in the film since they was lady in film. You understand what I'm saying? So I've been here for a while. Jeez, my last and final question. God.
Well, I have 2 actually.
Uh-huh.
But this one, if you could give your younger self one piece of advice other than not to smoke, what would it be?
The pull-out method doesn't work. Why don't you do that? And be careful of who you tell your dreams to, and don't give a bleep about what nobody say. Those 3 things.
So be careful with who you give your dreams to. That's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that come from?
Because if I had listened to what everybody said about as far as acting, as far as about writing, as far as about directing, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be doing this. But, I didn't listen. You know what I'm saying? You got to believe in yourself to keep going. So, yeah. Why didn't you ask about the first one I said?
I'm afraid. But since I'm challenging you, what is the pull-out method for the audience?
The pull-out method is like when you're doing it and you don't want to get the chick pregnant, so you try to pull out at the very end, and but that don't work. That doesn't work. I have children running around there. I can promise you that does not work. So, yeah.
I don't know. I walked right through that door. But you did. Since you said you have a wife and kids and you're an assistant football coach, how do you juggle your work-life balance?
It's all about time and scheduling. You know what I'm saying? Let me break this down. My wife is my biggest supporter. I love writing. I love directing. I love acting. But at this stage, I've won awards. I've performed in front of thousands of people. My name is Googleable. I'm satisfied to a certain extent. And she allows me to do this. So if I lose a couple hours sleep because my son wants to play football, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go coach him. That's my son. I asked for him to get here. If she wants to do something like, she's going to nursing school, hey baby, go do what you gotta do. I can, people always, you don't ever show up to no premieres. Well, I'm not going to places where I gotta force a smile. You dig what I'm saying? I'd rather be at home with them because so much of my time is out here grinding on my regular 9 to 5 with the coaching, with my Masonic duties, that I make time for them. You understand what I'm saying? Like right now, they standing at the door being nosy, looking trying to figure out what dad is doing and everything. That's why I got the headphones on, because if not, all you will hear is kids. So, and everything. Oh, and yeah, I just talked about you, baby. Shout out to my wife. I just said
Shout
it.
out to the wife. Can we get her in the camera?
No, she ain't finna do that. She just
not
want
to do that.
Yeah, no, she ain't finna do that. She ain't finna do that. that's your stuff, baby. That's your stuff. You go. That's your stuff. Oh, I don't want to do that. Then she get on her being fake. Hey, no. Don't put your white voice on now. Talk the way you were talking a minute ago.
So, tell us, where can we find you? I know you are all over social media, but where can we find you?
Well, you can just Google me. You know what I'm saying? It has all my links there. Just put in. That's why I spelled my name, because people seem to can't pronounce it. Benét Embry. But you can find. You just put that in. It'll pop up on Instagram. It'll pop up on your TikTok. It'll pop up on your X/Twitter. It'll pop up on the face that is book. So yeah, you just
face that is book.
yeah, you can. Yeah, it may pop on a couple of more sites that you ain't supposed to be on, but other than that, yeah, just worry about those. Hey man, I had a life before I started doing all of this stuff. I have always been saved and sanctified. Hallelujah.
And we gonna leave your unsaved ways in.
Yeah. See that? Yeah, they put them up in the past.
They don't exist no more. We want to save you.
Well, no, they don't exist. No, they don't exist.
Well, it has been a pleasure and an honor speaking with you, Mr. Benét Embry. I had to make sure I pronounced your name right. It took me to the Jamie Foxx episode when they was calling him Denny, and he was like, Danae. But you enjoy your evening. Thank you.
I will see y'all Friday. Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
And good luck to you and your many, many, many nominees for the Texas Indie Awards film in September. I will see you there. Hopefully you will be red carpet sharp ready.
Yes, I ain't wearing no boots though.
You ain't wearing no boots? I ain't wearing no boots either.
I ain't wearing no boots. I'm taking it back to Africa. I'm coming barefooted.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm coming. Ayo. I am. Watch. You think I'm joking?
Well, you have a good night. It's been a pleasure.
All right.
It's always fun. See you later.
All right, bye.
That is Mr. Benét Embry, everyone. Well, that is a wrap for today. Thank you to our amazing guests, Jeff Hamm, BJ Blastt, and Benét Embry for sharing their journey with us. Before I leave, it is time for me to announce who the lucky winner is of this raffle ticket to the Texas Indie Film Awards screening this Friday and Saturday. Please make sure you purchase your tickets online, because no tickets will be available at the door to purchase. My producers are going to let me know who won this raffle. Draft, raffle, all the same thing, huh? If Jeanette Greenwood names come up, she cannot have it. Y'all didn't spin that wheel good enough. Well, spin it. This like Wheel of Fortune. Can I see the wheel? Jeanette Greenwood is not allowed to win a ticket. Oh. Nope, I don't have a winner yet. So until I get my winner, please purchase your tickets for the Texas Indie Film Awards screening this Friday and Saturday. Please, vendors, we do have vendor slots available. All tickets. Oh, and we have our winner, Chanel. Isn't she a Lyft member? Congratulations, Chanel, on winning your raffle ticket for the screening this Friday and Saturday. Again, a big special thank you to Miss Evelyn Jones-Reed and WG Ministries Theatrical Productions for donating that ticket to us. If you felt inspired, challenged, or just vibe with the energy, make sure to like, share, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. Texas Indie Film Awards screening is July 25th and 26th. And until next time, stay bold, stay creative, and keep making noise. I am your host, Courtney Dawn, signing off. And shout out to my producers, Twyla and Tammy in the background. Thank you, ladies. Yes, it takes a team to get this done. But I'm really signing off. Have a good night, everyone.